And I said, do you guys like shrimp? We love shrimp. I said, come on into the fridge, we'll get you some shrimp. So they're standing there in the kitchen. I open the freezer, I take out a bag of oregano, It wasn't oregano. And the cops look at me and I look at them, and I say, I'm stuttering by this time. A friend of mine's been staying here. He comes out and goes, Spaceman. I call Bill. I go, Bill, you left 2 bags of dope in my freezer. I've known him for 15 years. I don't smoke. I never smoke. He goes, oh, yeah. Well, just save it for me, man. So I go, no, screw you. Listen to this, Bill. This is me dumping it out. Don't do that. So, it's an amazing guy. Any other questions? But let me tell you one more quick Bill Easy. Bill almost ran for the governorship of Vermont, where he lives. And he may well have won. He is an adored person in New England. And he actually filed to run, and he started doing press conferences. At one of the press conferences, a reporter asked him, she said, you know, you say you're going to run for the governorship. That's a national office, by the way. She's instructing Bill about what he's doing, which he doesn't like. Answer a serious question for once. And I don't want to get too political here, it's a little sensitive, but what the heck? Answer a serious question for once. What is your stance on abortion? When do you think a fetus is viable? This is a left-handed pitcher. He said, when do I think a fetus is viable? I think when it turns 21 and gets a freaking job. Any other questions? 1 or 2 more questions and get to work. Anything else? Well, yes.
I'm sure most of us know you were a fisherman and a guide. And I'm curious, because I haven't seen it on your website, do you still go out and take people out or groups out or friends out?
Do I still take people?
Actual guide fishing, teaching. You know, like my guide told me, you'll never fish again, you know, like that. You're terrible.
He told me I was terrible?
No, he told me. The guide I had told me you're terrible on a flat boat.
Well, what an asshole. I'm not going to ask his name.
He told my husband he was great, but he told me I would never fish again.
I'm not going to ask the guy's name, but I'll tell you this. When I was guiding...
Well, needless to say, I don't remember his name.
That's all the best. When I was guiding, and I did it 300 days a year, and it was a full-time job. And I would meet other guides, and I truthfully feel I could sense or intuit the quality of the guide by the way he spoke about his clients. Amateur guides blame their clients. Professional guides protect them. One of the most common questions asked me when I was a guide was, don't you get tired of taking out all those jerks from the north? It pissed me off. I said, I don't take out jerks. I like firing. So, you were smart to fire. You did fire it, didn't you?
We'd already paid our money, but...
But no, I stopped fishing in 1990. I've done a lot of charters, and to fish well, to be confident, it's a lot of work. And a lot of small things, a lot of subtleties, and if I couldn't do it well, I just stopped. But I paddleboard and I surf almost every day, and I love seeing fish. I go out for night swims, and it's very intimate with the water. I miss my clients. I do not miss catching bait in the wind. I certainly do not miss the sound of the wind through a fishing line. It just used to drive me freaking nuts. And there was a thing, fishing guys, we used to call it, you would get guide's disease, which meant you were ready to snap like a dry twig. And I think I got guide's disease, because the combination of the wind, fishing on bad tides, just, when Tarpon Bay Marina closed in 1987, I was out of a job. It was 2 months' notice, but I wrote a book, and I'm so glad that damn marina closed. I'd like to add something. I mean it sincerely. And I say how much I appreciate you coming here. It is a lovely day, and it's a great honor to me. It's my belief that people who love books, and you would not be here unless you're homeless or perhaps drunk, unless you love books. By virtue of loving books, you are therefore writers. I think that's true. If you have the calling to write, I urge you to answer that call. In my estimation, the only anchor we have in what is an absolute rocket sled of a life is the written word. Photographs do not do it. The Chinese were wrong about it. If I see a photograph taken of me 20 or 30 years ago, for one thing, it's just damn painful. The other thing is, it may bring back a few recollections, but that person is not me. That's a husk. That person is long gone. But if I read something I wrote 20 or 30 years ago, it's still alive. It's alive. Can you imagine how extraordinary it would be if your great-great-great-grandfather or your great-grandmother had written 2 or 3 honest pages about their lives? You don't have to publish to write successfully. To write successfully, you communicate intimately through the written word with one solitary individual. So, if you have that call, I would urge you to answer it. Because we disappear within 2 generations. We do. We vanish. On my webpage, and there's nothing for sale there, so I feel pretty comfortable giving you the webpage. It's docford.com or randywayne.white.com. And on my webpage, I have a series of writing exercises that I know work, because I've used them in workshops, at various workshops for charities. And people using those exercises, at least 5 of which have now published books. If you do the exercises, they talk me into coming down there for a week for free, and I had to do 2 things. I had to write Pirate's Toast, and then I had to give the toast. Good. I was there. So, this is my Pirate's Toast. Any young people, I don't want to offend anyone. I didn't say any pirates, I said any young people. My guess is you're all pirates, so you may like this toast. Wenches. Don't get me started. So on the count of 3, I'm going to ask you to say har, like pirates. 1, 2, 3. Har! That was good. Needs to be better. 1, 2, 3. Har! Here's the toast. Pirate's toast. May bloody piles torment you. May corns adorn your feet. May crabs the size of pit bulls crawl up your crotch. And when you're old and feeble, a syphilitic wreck, may your spine plummet through your bunghole and break your doggone neck. Har! Gene's in charge.
Okay.